We're alive.
A little bit alive.
A little bit alive. Barely alive. Voice is still sounding like a pack-a-day smoker. Yeah. It was a weekend. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. But first we have the GCU win. We're going to talk about that first. That's the good stuff. That's that good. So we're going to talk about that first. Hope you guys are ready. Let's go.
We already have our third co-host. Hold on, I don't think y'all can see him.
Oh, I could see him all right.
Well, it's been a really gross rainy day, so he's been in my lap all day long. All day.
What a little stinker.
Did you hear that noise he made?
Yeah.
He's like, what are you doing?
But same, Scotty. Same. Because, oh my God. Yesterday was atrocious for me. Like, there's a reason why we're 30 plus something ... years old and maybe shouldn't go out anymore.
We're a little too old for that. You know what? I really didn't go that hard, so surprisingly. So I didn't feel that bad. I was just tired. It was a long day.
I was tired and my voice sounded worse than what it does sound now. While I was yelling at the game, I literally could feel it just like cracking. And I'm like, this is not going to be good for me. Where my entire career resides on my voice, this is not going to be good for me. Anyway, so, oh well. We had a good time.
Yeah, I'm drinking my detox water, so hopefully it helps.
I just have regular water. But yeah, detox water for the win. I've been sucking on lozenges for the past 24 hours. I've been drinking hot tea like it's going out of style. I'm about this close to just drinking a hot toddy, even though I really shouldn't be drinking any more until the end of time. But this close. My goodness.
I almost made a cup of tea for this episode, but I ran out of time.
You know, yeah, I have something I want to say about Saturday's game. We may not win them all, but we never lose a party.
We don't. And I won't jump ahead too hard.
Me neither.
But one of my feats of strength for Saturday's game was that I could definitely hear us all yelling on the broadcast when I rewatched the game.
Love to hear it.
I could hear us. Well,
Love to hear it. No, yeah. So, great weekend. Obviously, we had Thursday's game, which is what we're talking about tonight, which was an absolute, for me, Jacqueline probably feels the same way. Like, for me, it was a total surprise. I wasn't expecting that good of a game from our end and that good of an outcome. Like, honestly, just pleased as punch. Not saying I didn't think we could win. I just know that the caliber of team GCU is and the way that we played against Sam Houston. I was like, God, here we go. It was just kind of, I just didn't have good vibes going in, but pleasantly surprised, had a great game. So yeah, let's start talking about the game and talking about our day leading up to the game. So I know my voice is going to friggin' crack throughout this. I know it. So, Grand Canyon played them on Thursday, the 20th, 6:30 night game. We had Nana back, but Nigel was still out. Boo. What else happened during that game?
So my dad and his little bestie, John Alvin, got to meet Bob.
Bravo.
They were very excited about that. That was probably like the highlight of their day until we won the game. But
well, yeah, of course.
I was a beginner. So,
I love Bob. I love Bob so much.
I know, me too. And I was really glad that he got to be here all week since we had 3 home games. So that was that was nice.
Yes, and then I'm so mad at both of us because we didn't take a single picture with Bob.
I know. Completely forgot.
Completely forgot.
Slacking on the photo ops lately, but
I know. Okay.
So here's a little background. We never ever have played GCU before that game, so no game history with them. They were 5-0 in WAC play going into that game. I think on one of our preseason episodes, we kind of talked about all the new schools, but to recap, GCU is a private for-profit university in Phoenix, Arizona, a Christian university. So they have a shitload of students. I think we've talked about before, and this is how they have all the money to do all their, like student incentives for attendance for the games, because they, based on student enrollment, first of all, they're the largest Christian university in the world. They have 20,000 students on campus and 70,000 online students.
So 90,000 students?
And 70,000 of them are online. So they aren't even coming on campus. So that's like a lot of extra money that they're making that they don't have to put back into campus stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. No, of course. Yeah.
So they make a lot of money. And then other little side note, like literally I should just prep notes at my parents' house, because my dad gives more background info than I even look up on Google or whatever. But the day of the game, they tweeted that their head coach was going to be out for health protocols, whatever. I assume COVID. Well, my dad's like, oh yeah, their coach Bryce Drew, his brother is Scott Drew, who is the Baylor head coach, and their dad, Homer Drew, coached at Valparaiso for like 20-something years or whatever, and they made this like huge epic tournament run or something one year. And so I looked it up. Anyway, their dad coached at Valparaiso for 22 years. Whenever he retired in 2011, he had 640 career wins, which ranked him at the time sixth amongst all D1 coaches for most wins. He made 7 NCAA tournament appearances in his career, and both Bryce and Scott have also been head coach at Valparaiso. So they're a really big coaching family.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you should just prepare notes at Richard and Kay's, because Richard is just a plethora of random facts.
I was like, tell me more. I didn't know any of this. I mean, now it makes sense, but.
Well, yeah, when you put 2 and 2 together, but I mean, you just didn't know that just willy-nilly, that information was never privy. Wow. I'll be damned.
So the game, our starters were.
Hold on. Dennis says that your voice is better than mine. Prove it.
Sorry, Dennis. Mine actually sounds almost back to normal today.
Yours does. Mine is still struggling. Sounds better than it did yesterday. The hot tea and the lozenges have helped. I'm trying to not use it as much, but obviously, again, let me refresh. To people who don't remember, I'm a freaking lecturer. Like, this is what I do all day, is I talk at college to students and I teach. I kind of need my voice. So I couldn't rest it today. And I literally said to my students, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I sound like a pack-a-day smoker. You're going to have to get over it. Hopefully it'll be better by Wednesday. Fingers crossed. If not, here we are.
Yeah, you didn't have a choice, Dennis. It's effing awful.
It is effing awful.
I did at least get a pretty good chance to rest mine today. So that helped.
I know. I know.
Okay, so our starters again were Gavin, David, Calvin, Latrell, and Diego. We won 71-46, which wildly enough was the exact same score as Sam Houston beating New Mexico State.
Which is wild. Literally the same exact score in the same name building. Last name, not full name, but they're Johnson Coliseum, we're Johnson Coliseum, same exact score, same night. What are the odds?
It's really, really wild. Like I'm still shocked. Still shocked.
And also, where is Sam Houston all of a sudden just good? Like, I mean, I guess no offense, but like.
I know. I know my mom earlier today sent me a video that she found on Facebook. I don't even know how far back she was digging to find this, but it was a video of us playing Sam when we had Thomas and Trey, and Thomas like dunked on Sam Houston so bad, and she said when we used to beat Sam.
Literally, but I mean, it was just last season where we were still beating them. Like all of a sudden this season, you know what I mean? Like all of a sudden this season, out of absolute left field, they're like they have talent and they're good. I don't know what they're smoking down there in Huntsville, but whatever. Here we are. So I'm not going to go over. Oh no, you didn't do attendance. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So it was the highest so far this season. It was the Cream the Coliseum game, which I don't think that we normally have done those on a weeknight, but whatever. Here we are. So it was 23. Yeah, it was 2304.
I think we had a long time ago, but it's been a long time since we did one on a weeknight.
Yeah.
And again, we appreciate those that did cram it. Wasn't really crammed, but it was definitely a lot better than what it has been. So I will give them that. Yeah. And yeah, Dennis, obviously, flag is a big reason why Sam Houston is so good right now. More power to him. He is outstanding basketball player. It just burns my backside that he is. Okay, so not going to go through the wax stand. I mean, I guess no. I mean, they're not going to be updated to when this game was played. So there's really no point in me doing wax standings. We'll do them tomorrow when we go over the New Mexico game, so that it's actually as updated as possible. So it just wouldn't make sense at all for me to do them tonight. But so with that being said, Jacqueline's going to go straight into the stats.
Okay, Sean Kennedy's stat section. So. Our shooting stats weren't really as good as they were for the Monday game, but obviously we still won by 25 points, so I'm not going to complain. But our field goal percentage was 39.4. Our three-point percentage was 35%. Our free throw percentage was 63.2. Points in the paint, we had 36, which is about on par with where we want to be. 20 points off of turnovers.
About average.
16 second chance points, 20 fast break points, 22 bench points, and this one was a monster of a stat, 42 rebounds. We had 16 offensive and 26 defensive boards. We did have 20 fouls, which is about average for us. We only had 10 turnovers, and they had 20, so that was one of the most major stats. We had 7 steals and 6 blocks. Now we had 5, like out of who I listed here, we are back again. Who I listed out of our lead scorers, we had 5 people who maybe weren't all in double digits, but very close. So it was very spread out. We had Terrell as our player of the game with 16 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal, and he was 4 or 5 from the 3-point line. We had Jalen and Gavin each had 13 points. Jalen had 4 rebounds and 1 block. Gavin had 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, and 3 steals. David had 10 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal. And Day was just shy of a double-double.
So close.
With 8 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists.
His 10 rebounds, though, holy crapola. He was crashing them boards. Yeah. Crashing. Killing it. Absolutely killing it. I would like to note that, yeah, we did have 20 fouls, but they had 19, so it wasn't super off balance. Of course, at times it probably feels like it is whenever we're watching the game, but, I mean, they only had 1 less than we did, so not too big of a difference on fouls, which is good to know. So steamrolling straight into our feats of strength. So immediately, right after the tip-off, Gavin had a basket, and then boom, Trell 3 right after the tip. I mean, absolute boom, boom, boom. It started off with a bang. Let's just say that. Started off with a bang. Good start. I turned to Jacqueline, and I'm like, it's going good so far. I was like, I literally said it multiple times that night. I was like, I don't want to jinx this, but. And then I just stopped myself because I didn't want to actually say it. But great start right off the freaking gate. Good defense. I mean, main thing in this game that really, obviously, not only, I mean, our shooting was great, but our defense was on point, like the best I've seen them play all year. The fact we had, 20 points off turnovers, we had 20 fast break points, like Jacqueline said, we had 16 second chance points. They only had 4. They had 4 second chance points. They had 2 points off turnovers. 2. We really shut them down.
Yeah.
When it came to their offense. I mean, we literally held the whole team to single-digit points except for Jovan Blackshear Jr. The one guy, 22 points. He was the only guy that scored in double digits that game. Only guy. And so what an actual defensive clinic that we put on. I mean, completely shut them down when it came to them running their offense the way that they normally do. They had 36 rebounds. We had, of course, like you said, Jacqueline, 42. Again, great stats. I just pleased beyond belief. A couple other things. Day had some really great layups. He had one or a couple that were just absolutely back to back. Like I said, he was all over that court. He always is, but he was all over that court. John in the game for a little bit had a rebound or 2, which was good. Always love to see him playing well. Excuse me. Oh God, Gavin's block. Holy crap. His block was disgusting. So shout out to that. Let's see. We were having a 3-party. Let me go back real fast and look at this 3-party that we were having. We had Trell making 4 out of 5. We had Diego with his 1. We had Jalen with his 2. I mean, Trell with his 3s, bro. I just cannot.
Definitely on.
For sure on. Jamel came in the game, which we really haven't seen him play barely at all. So that was good. Loved that. So just all around great defensive game. Like that, the defense kept us in this game and kept the lead. There was only how many lead changes? I think 0 times, to be honest with you. Like we led the entire time. So
they almost crept back in on us a couple of times, but
but I think we had the lead the entire time. I mean, both halves we outscored them. First half it was close, obviously 32-31, but I mean in the second half we actually for once were a freaking second half team. Jacqueline and I about pissed myself. Literally 39-15 second half. 39-15. Can't ask for anything more. We shut them down completely in the second half, and I was just, please just punch, man. Please just punch.
Me too. Okay. So a lot of the same similar things, but like you said, we just came out ready to score. Like literally, I think the first possession, David made a layup. Trell immediately comes out with a 3, and we've talked about 4 out of 5 threes for him, but like some of these threes that he made were just
parking lot.
Like one of them, literally the ref ran in his way in front of him and he still made it.
Yeah.
There was like a sidestep one around his defender. Like he couldn't be stopped.
No.
And Day, I love to talk about him so much, but he literally plays so much bigger than the 6'4", and I've said that numerous times, but the announcers were talking about it during this game too. Like he just worked so hard in there. You would not think that he's only 6'4". I mean, 6'4" is big, but like a lot of these guys, big.
But he's playing, like you're saying, like he's playing like he's 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and he's getting rebounds over taller dudes than him. He plays so hard in the paint. Love it.
All the time. There was one great play where he got the rebound, kicked it out to JJP, who passed it back to him for a layup. double team, doesn't matter, whatever comes at him, he's going to bang around in there and get it. I was really happy Diego got that corner 3. One of the times they tried to come back on us, JJP put up a really big 3. He played great too. He had a great drive in the next time that they tried to come back up on us before halftime. And then he made a big 3 the second half. So he made a lot of big clutch plays. Like you said, we played great defense this game, causing them having twice as many turnovers as us shows that. But Calvin had a really great defensive game and rebounding. He had 6 rebounds. Day had the most with 10. But, I mean, they really had to work for everything that they got. Like, they didn't have any easy shots. Derek and Jonathan got some minutes the first half. I was happy about that. I also noted Jamel getting some playing time, and he had a really sick block too. For the
That's right, he did. That's right, he did. Yeah.
Really nice one. Another thing that the announcers said whenever I watched it back about Calvin is they were like, he has a great night that might not show up on the stat sheet necessarily, but I mean, he was playing really rough and tough on a lot of plays that might not have necessarily made a personal stat line for him.
Yeah. I mean, he had 3 blocks most that night on the whole team. He had 3 blocks. He had 6 rebounds.
Yeah. 3 blocks and 2 steals and second in line on rebounds. So yeah. But oh my gosh, probably my favorite. Well, overall, it was just a huge team win. Everyone played well. Everyone scored and played great defense, everything. But one of my favorite plays of the whole game was Calvin stole the ball, gave the fast break to David. David missed the layup, and Calvin grabbed it and put it back up. And literally, if you watch, you can see me like hugging Alex in the crowd. I was so damn excited about that play.
Literally, I cracked up when I saw them post that video, and I was just watching it, and I'm like, oh wait, that's us in the background. I'm like, oh, that's when Jacqueline freaked out and gave me a.
I can't even tell how happy I was with that.
It was just a pure moment of joy and happiness. It was just so funny. It was so funny. I don't know. I lost count of how many times Jacqueline and I both stood up, like high-fiving and like hitting each other and like hugging. And then the fact that they got that on video was just so funny. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah, it was funny.
And man, another feat of strength from that night is our YMCA game is tip top.
Yeah, it's next level.
Why? Tip top YMCA skills.
I actually had people texting me later that night, like, "Oh, I saw you on the news," and I'm like,
"Yeah,
awesome! I can guess what I was doing too."
Yeah. Shout out to Caleb Beams for every Macarena YMCA. This man just loves to get me, especially in just the weirdest compromised moments of the game. Every time. One other thing I'll note, I know every time we talked about, how the fact that we really held them offensively. I mean, their 3-point percentage for the whole game was 22.7. In the second half, it was 9.09. They literally only hit 1 of 11. They only made 5 total threes out of 22. I mean, it was bad. Bad. It's something that, again, you probably don't normally see from GCU. So It was just all our defense just came out absolutely swinging that axe, and there was no stopping us that game, So, yeah. Are you good on your points, girl?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. So moving on to second half here. Uno momento, por favor.
With the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're going to hear about it.
All right. So first of all, I guess this really isn't a grievance. It's just more of a fashion note that I should have mentioned in the game note. It was just wild seeing coaches wearing suits again. Again, this is not necessarily a grievance. It was just funny to me because, like, everybody else that we played so far, everybody was sticking to, I guess I'll call it like the COVID attire. It was they're wearing like polos and, slacks or polos and whatever pants they're wearing. So it was just wild seeing coaches in suits again. Haven't seen that in 2 years.
You know what? I meant to note the same thing because I actually like it and I miss it, and I wish that we would wear suits.
I don't not hate it. I don't not like it. You know what I mean? Like I don't mind the suits. It doesn't matter to me what they're wearing. To be fair, I should have mentioned this in game notes and I totally forgot it. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. So really, one of my grievances is why the hell is Calvin always bleeding? Why? I mean, I get he's a hard worker and he's out there hustling like the G he is, but Jesus, he's always bleeding. I don't know how many times I've seen him over by us getting worked on by the trainers, and it's always blood. Always. It just cracks me up. I need y'all, this is my grievance towards other teams. I need y'all to leave Cal alone and quit making him bleed his own blood.
No, we don't like to see our boy bleed. I don't like that.
I don't. Exactly. Literally every single time. I'm like, anytime I see someone bleeding, it's either Calvin or David. I'm like, I need y'all to knock it off. Cat Fans actually says, yes, grievances, suits are silly. Ooh, you're going to have that out with him. Ooh.
And I'm not saying I dislike them dressing casual with the pullover and slacks, and every once in a while I'm fine with that. But well, what can I say? I don't know. I'm old school on that, and I'm fashionable. So like, I like to see the suit.
Ooh, yeah.
I like to see
I agree.
I do. Kyle McDonald says, hey, what's wrong with your voices? Need to stop smoking. I know. Hey, mine actually sounds fairly decent. I rested mine a little bit. I had that luxury. Alex didn't have that luxury. So
no. If anything, I made it worse today. I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
It's either that or I cancel class. And it's like, it's week 1. I can't freaking cancel class. Anyway, I mean, I could. It's not like I can't, but that would just be wild. Alex, why are you having to cancel class? Well, I lost my voice because I was cheering too hard at a basketball game. My boss would be pleased. Yeah, so moving on. Let's see here. Man, and we mentioned this during the feats of strength. There were only a few times when they did start to come, like kind of crawl back in the game. And that was one of my grievances, the fact that we let them not only come back in the game and make it a game, but at some points, but it was because of easy layups that should have been blocked. Should have been, just easy. Easy. Literally let them in the lane, let them in the paint. It was just, come on, man. Come on. Kyle says, hey, you need to listen to our All Access interview with Kyle Keller. He says why he likes the new dress code for games. Well, all right.
We will have to listen.
Well, howdy ha. Let's see here. Yeah, there was a point though when we were up 9-3 on the fouls, and that was in the first half, around the 4-minute mark. So that was kind of a pain in the butt. Let's see here. Oh my God. Okay. I don't get this. Why is our post player just taking random fucking shots? Why? Took a random 3, right? 0 for 1 on the 3, and then 5 from 15. Field goal, like total. What are you doing? That's probably my biggest one for the night. I just don't get it.
The 3 was a little confusing to me as well, but
why are you taking such shit probability shots? Why? I don't get it. I don't. It was very frustrating to me because it happened not once but a couple times. Obviously, the 3 was just wildly off.
Yeah.
But even a couple of the the little jumpers and the little 2s, that he should have gotten. I'm like, what are you doing? Drive the basket. Every time, anytime he drove the basket, it was in the damn net. Like, just drive the basket. Either you're going to make it or you're going to get freaking
fouled.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I got distracted.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No,
I didn't have a lot of grievances because I watched it live and took my notes, but I know you rewatched it, and so you probably have a few more than what I saw.
I really only have a few very, very minor ones. So one of my first ones, and I've said this the last several games, and I'm going to say it again until I see it changing. But like we might be rebounding because obviously we did out rebound them. But here's the thing: we still aren't blocking out, and there is a major distinction between getting the rebound and blocking out,
Mm-hmm.
and it's something that I would like to see. Like I want to see the fundamentals because if you just play this game of who can jump the highest, number one, you're not going to give yourself the best opportunity to get that rebound. Number two, you're going to run a really high risk of getting an over the back foul, which a couple times we did because we were just jumping. We didn't have position. And then when we play teams that are bigger than us, we're not going to win the who can jump the highest game. So we need to have the fundamentals of blocking out. That's just a big deal to me because it's not a skill thing. It's just something you have to do. It's not hard. I did see Trell do it textbook one time, and I was so pleased. Anyway,
Oh, yes. Yeah, I do remember that. I do.
I'd like to see that. And then this is not necessarily like a great, like I'm not mad about it, but it's something that I felt like improved upon to the next game. So I feel like it's worth mentioning in this game. But you know, we've been talking about how Diego's now getting more playing time with his starting. And this game, he got 4 fouls, which, listen, it wasn't Calvin for one game. So there's that. But, you know, defense is one of those things it's hard to play in games, in a game situation. And he's just now getting a lot more playing time. So this game, he got 4 fouls. On the next episode, you're going to hear me talk about how his defense vastly improved and he got a bunch of steals and stuff. But anyway, so that was something to improve upon on this game, and he did. So we'll get there when we get there. Another one of my grievances, and this is just another one of those, like, I wouldn't even necessarily say it's a fundamental. It's just something nice that you can do for your teammates that also helps out, which is talk on screens. And that's one of my biggest pet peeves whenever I played. Like, I better not run smack into a screen and see my teammate standing there with zipped lips, not saying anything. Like, literally all you have to do is call the screen. And there were a few really bad ones we had that no one called. And one time Latrell took a really hard hit, and I'm like, all you had to do is call the screen and let your man know that he's about to run into a brick wall. Like, that doesn't take any skill. It just, all you got to do is open your mouth and say screen.
Exactly. You know, and there was something that I also, now that you bring that up about them not calling the screens, reminds me of, I was this game where David took that hard fall, or was that Monday's game?
It was Monday.
Oh, damn. Okay. Wasn't there somebody else though that took a hard fall? Wasn't it Trell? Somebody took a hard fall.
Trell did in this game because he ran into a screen that no one
Yes.
called.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I was like, I knew somebody took a hard fall or a hard hit, and it was like, and that's also one of the things that Keller mentioned was the fact that he took a hard hit and hurt his wrist a little bit, and that affected his game on Saturday. So
Couldn't doubt it because he literally ran right into it because nobody called it.
yeah, yeah.
And that just doesn't make me happy because it's like unnecessary risk of injury. My cat is just like stealing the show. The last one, I think all of y'all are really going to love this because it caught me way off guard and cracked me up. But when I got home after the game and was talking to my dad about the game, I can't remember exactly how he worded it, but it was like a little bit ambiguously worded where I didn't necessarily catch exactly what he was saying the first time. But he said something to the effect of, like, aren't you tired of all the talk with the referees? And I thought he was saying, are you tired of hearing people complain about the referees? And I was like, yeah, I'm always tired of that. And he was like, no, I'm talking about like how much the referees talk amongst themselves during the game. And he's like, there was way too many times during that game and in several games lately where the refs are literally talking about a play for like 3 minutes. And he's like, I don't know what we're doing here. Like, if you don't know what it is, like, just call something. Like, you can't need to have that many group meetings to figure out what the call was.
And that's another, I'm glad you're mentioning that because you shouldn't have to. Like, I mean, you're professionals or, should be, you should know, at least if that's why there's 3 refs. Like, if you don't know what the call is, first of all, that brings up another issue I have with refs. Like, I think it happened maybe once or twice during the game where the person away from the ball, away from the play, called the foul. It wasn't even in their area, their zone.
And that's an iffy one because it can go one of 2 ways. Either that person doesn't have the clearest angle and shouldn't be calling it, or they're calling it because the person who should have called it is egregiously missing it, and they have to call. Either way, it doesn't make them look good because the person nearest it should be calling it. But
yeah,
other things.
Also, if it's, I mean, you're right. If they don't have a good angle, obviously, yeah. But I'm just if it's right in front of you, bro, I just don't get it. There were a lot of missed travels and missed calls like that. But I mean, again, they can't see everything. I know. But
it was funny because he usually doesn't have the referees. But he was like, I was like, are they going to meet one more time to talk about something? Just
one more time.
Oh, just make a call. Any call.
Yeah, exactly. No, completely. Just wild.
It's very impatient with that kind of thing. So it's funny.
I know. No, I get it. I agreed. Oh, man.
That's it for me on the grievances.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you had any more or not. Okay, cool.
Pick today.
Aha. All right. So game summary, 1 word to describe the entire game analysis. Jax, go first.
Mine was just elation. I was literally, I feel like it's and I feel like we do this a lot. The week that we had the game against ACU and then Charlton, we thought ACU was going to be the tough one and Charlton was going to be the easy one, and it was flip-flopped. And this week, not that I'm saying New Mexico State, we thought they were going to be easy because we didn't. We thought they were both going to be tough, but we thought we felt like we had a little bit better matchup with New Mexico State to have a better shot because GCU had a bunch of these big dudes where I was just like, ooh, I don't know how well we're going to match up. But when we come out and beat them by 25 points, I was like, what is happening? I mean, I was just elated the whole game.
Yeah. No, and I totally concur with you because I felt the same way. I was like, okay, if anything, tonight's game is going to be difficult. Saturday is still going to be difficult, but maybe a better shot. They've been struggling recently. Yeah. I mean, they just got a bad, they just lost horribly to Sam Houston. Maybe they'll come in kind of like, meh. And I was like, it was the complete opposite. It was, and I always want to go into the game positive intentions, always, here's the thing, we can beat any team. We can. I mean, we have the talent and the capability to beat anybody on their court. Doesn't matter. I mean, we beat Duke, we beat Baylor, we beat LSU, we beat or take Kansas to basically not necessarily the buzzer, but take Kansas all the way to the end by 5 points, 6 points, It's like we have the caliber of team, but then when you have teams like GCU and New Mexico State coming in, you're like, damn, I don't know. Just because they've been on such a tear recently, it's just like, whew, not sure. And considering how we played the last few games, I was like, oof, not sure how this is going to go. So again, I agree with the elation thing. My word was defense. Full on defense. Defense came to play. Defense was in the house, Jack's house, on Thursday night. So it was great defensive game. Great, like Jacqueline said earlier, good team win. Everybody played their part. Few flubs, but hey, what else is new? Mostly, though, that game really needed that game for our spirits and our confidence, I guess, which is why I was so just shocked at Saturday, but
yeah, same.
We'll leave that alone till tomorrow. But anyway, so to end things up, wrap things up, a few other reminders. Again, make sure you're following us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Anytime we go anywhere, do anything, you'll see us pop up on there. So make sure you're following us on there. And then, of course, make sure that you guys get your My Plates. Classic win-win. You get the sweet plate to show off your SFA pride. Athletic teams get about 50% of the purchase price. If you're tired of seeing UT, A&M, Texas Tech plates all over the road, well, now is your time and your opportunity to get you some SFA plates. make that purple pop, baby. SFA makes great money on every type of plate. Either the 1 year, 3 year, 5 year term, doesn't matter. Even if you get the 1 year background only for $50, you can scrounge out $50. Just stop going to Starbucks for a whole week, and that's $50 right there. So you can do a $50 1 year, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Go to www.myplates.com/lumberjacks. Get that $50 rebate and get those purple plates on your ride, fam. Purple plates on your ride.
They're so pretty and nice, and we love them.
Love them so much. And, they'll work with you if you already have, my SFA plates from previous years and you're like, I want to keep them, but I want to update them. They'll do that too. Just got to call them and contact them. Man, they are good. They are great. Love it. Great little business, little company. Appreciate all the hard work that they put in as well to get cute plates on the road, not just SFA ones, but cute plates on the road.
And you're giving back to SFA Athletics when you get them.
Yes, you are. Yes, you
Scotty
are.
says you should get them.
Scotty looks pissed.
No, Scotty doesn't care.
Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. All right. My voice is done. I need to rest it the rest of the night. I need to go drink some hot tea, possibly with a little bit of whiskey in it. And we will pick up where we left off tomorrow night around 8, 9 o'clock. Do the recap for the New Mexico State game. Kind of don't want to, but I'm going to have to rewatch it because I'm not kidding you, Jacqueline. You know how much I make notes during the game? You want to know what notes I made during the game on Saturday?
0.
That's all I wrote.
Kind of sums it up, though.
Do I even need to rewatch the game? Because that's all I need. Yeah, that's all I wrote. But we have a lot to talk about from Saturday's game, not just the game itself. We have a lot of fun things to discuss and rehash and talk about. Who knows? Maybe we'll try and scrounge up a special guest somewhere, somebody who was with us, maybe. Talk about our weekend, talk about our adventures. So, yeah, that way we can rest our voices a little bit more and not have to talk the whole time. I know. Oh, man. All right. Well, Jacqueline, you have a great night. Everybody watching and listening, you have a great night. Stay warm, stay dry. It is cold and wet and rainy here in East Texas, so we are about done. All right. Have a good night. And always remember to axe some jacks.
Without some jacks.